how are ya? If you weren't here for the last chapter of Whisper, you are not gonna know what we just found out about Carsey and Harry because we definitely thought something else other than what they said in the last chapter. And I'm not gonna tell you either what they said. So I'm not recapping the story. I'm just kidding. Why would I not recap the story? Anyways, Carsey and Harry, they were not dating. They are mother and son, meaning Ryan had a brother he didn't even know about. Did Carsey cheat on Ryan's father to get this son? No. Carsey said, I had this baby before I met your father. Will Harry and Ryan become close together? Will they act like the brothers that they're supposed to be, or will they not like each other? We would never know that until we continue reading our story. And what other juicy things can we find out? Other than me still wanting to know who was the nanny getting in the shower with Ryan. Yes, I did not forget. I will never forget until we get to that part. Because Ryan, let me find out that the nanny that was getting in the shower with you was Zoe. Because I'm moving too fast. Let's just get into our chapter of the day. I actually cannot remember what chapter we on because I kind of pressed the buttons too fast, but I will put it down here when I figure that out. But let's get into our story. You immediately hail a cab, and head straight to the office. You find Ryan inside the office with Mr. W and Harry. Okay, so now that we're reading this part, I did remember they ended us with Ryan calling Jasmine saying that she needed to meet him at the office because it was something really, really important that she just needed to be there. So that is what we're going to find out right at this moment. Ryan looks stressed. This isn't good. Okay, what happened? Why is Mr. W here? We're going to get to that point. Just ask what happened. Mr. W snorts as he looks at you disdain, disdainfully. I should be asking you that. I hope this have nothing to do with the project. What are you talking about? I think it's better I just show you, Jasmine. Take a look at this. I hope it have nothing to do with that project that she had worked on because I thought everything was great with that. Harry hands you his iPad, which is open to an architectural designer website. You gasp as you see your exact design for the Clifftop Hotel project. So, did somebody steal her project or something? And he think that Jasmine may have taken her design and did that herself because I'm pretty sure she have no idea as well. And I'm pretty sure she wouldn't give someone else the idea she came up with for Mr. W. So, we'll see. That's my design. It's been leaked. Take a better look, Jasmine. Look at the date. You zoom in on the date and your heart stops. Okay, I know I keep trying to assume things on what's happening, but okay. If I can just guess the date, that's without me even reading. It's probably before she came up with the design. And Jasmine ended up coming up with the same design, so they probably might think that Jasmine stole the design from whoever have the design on the website. Let me know if I'm right. Well, I'm gonna find out if I'm right anyway, but I wish you can just stop the video. You guys tell me if I'm right first before I move on, but videos don't work that way. So, let's find out. A month ago? But that's impossible. I hadn't even handed over my design yet. You look around the room as your heart sinks. Then you finally meet Ryan's gaze. I I don't understand. What don't you understand, Jasmine? This design has been tagged as an original, and it was uploaded before you handed me these final drafts. By the looks of things, your design is a complete copy of someone else's work. So my assumption was right. They're thinking that Jasmine has stolen someone else's work, and clearly we all know that Jasmine doesn't do that. She comes up with her designs, and she's been very good at it. So why would she want to start now? You stare at your design on Harry's iPad as you try to make sense of things. I know I didn't copy. How could this have happened? This is unacceptable. A designer who's a copycat won't be allowed in this industry. But she didn't copy. You have to believe her. How can Jasmine prove that she didn't copy? She's gonna have to find a way, and she's gonna have to find out quick. Mr. W, I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation behind this. I stand by all my architects. Maybe you're just blind because you're married to this woman. Mr. W turns back to glare at you, and your entire body starts to shake in anger. Yeah, I would be angry too because you're literally accusing Jasmine for something she did not do without even letting her prove herself or finding a way to prove herself. I can't even speak now because of this. I would be angry too. That's what I'm trying to say. How dare he accuse me? I need to defend myself. Calmly, aggressively, but I have no idea how. You actually don't know how you're going to prove yourself? But if you could come up with something to prove yourself so you in your innocence, then that'd be great. But we wouldn't do it aggressively because that's unprofessionally. So let's try to see if Jasmine could prove herself calmly. Mr. W, please listen to me. Mr. W, I can't have copied this design. I've been working on the project for almost 5 months. My colleagues can even back me up. Do you have an actual proof of this? Well, ugh, most of my ideas were done on paper. There are no dates on anything. That's what I thought. I'm telling you the truth. Well, regardless, your design can no longer be used for the project. I want my hotel to be unique, not something that people can easily find online. Mr. W glares at you, then turns back to Ryan. I need a plan B design as soon as possible, or I'll be suing Wilson. Trust me, that's not a problem for Jasmine. And the last thing she would want is for you to be suing the Wilsons, and they have nothing to do with whatever you're thinking. Don't worry, Mr. W. We'll get you a new design. Mr. W turns to glare at you. I think it might be best to have a new lead designer on the project. So he doesn't even want Jasmine to work on it because why? Why? This will be her way of proving to you that she came up with the design herself. How did it get copied? We don't know. We actually don't know. What? Before you can protest, Ryan calmly speaks up. That won't be necessary, Mr. W. I'm not sure how Jasmine's design got leaked. However, I stand behind her and all my architects. Ryan looks over at you with a reassuring smile. Thanks, Ryan, for always having our back, no matter what the situation is. I gotta give it to Ryan. He's always been there for Jasmine, even when she least expected it. I also plan on investigating how the design got leaked in the first place. But you can rest assured that it won't happen again. Fine. You have 2 weeks. If it took her 5 months to get the one she had before, 2 weeks is a very short time. I hope you can do it, Jasmine. That's gonna be so much stress on her and the babies. Mr. W turned back to you, his eyes cold. Jasmine, although I don't quite believe you, I'm giving you one more chance. I expect to see that Plan B design in less than a week, and it had better be original. It was original the first time. Like Ryan said, he's gonna find out why there was a copy. Mr. W leaves, then you slump back against the wall, your body shaking. Are you okay, Jasmine? I'm just so confused. I don't know what to do. There must be a clue somewhere. This has to be related to Regan. Could Regan be behind that? I don't think. Is he that smart to do that? He might be because he used to be an architect, isn't he? That's something to think about. That's something we should keep in our minds. Regan, building a website, stealing Jasmine's, and putting a fake date. Is that possible? I don't know, but I'm gonna keep it in mind. So for right now, we're just gonna say there must be a clue somewhere. I mean, I know I didn't steal those designs, so there has to be a way to figure out how they got on that website. I know how hard you've been working on this design, Jasmine, and I've seen you working on it with my own eyes. I think someone must have found a way to steal your draft. Then they released them online. After you sent me the final electronic copies, I filed those personally and didn't let anyone else touch them. Maybe it could be you, Harry. I don't know. We're going to keep an eye on him too. However, maybe someone got a hand on your draft before you sent them to me. How? If she sent them straight to you, how? Tell us how. So we're definitely keeping an eye on you, Harry. You might be Ryan's brother, but could we trust you? Are you sure none of your other colleagues could have gotten access to your office? It would only take a couple of minutes for someone to find your paper draft and snap some photos. Or if you left your computer unlocked, someone could have taken a quick peek. Who, you? You're really being sus, Harry. We're definitely keeping an eye on you. I guess it's possible, but I don't want to think that one of my colleagues is a rat. You take a deep breath as Ryan reassuringly starts to stroke your back, his touch warm and comforting. No matter what, I trust you, Jasmine. We'll figure this out. I hope so, because we need to clear Jasmine's name. She is no copycat. Jasmine is always original. She's the best. Duh. Recently you have to, recently you have to stay late at the office to work on new designs. Yeah, less than a week. You're definitely gonna have to stay overnight. A lot of nights. I need a break. I don't think you have time for that. Less than a week, Jasmine. You head to the counter and turn on the kettle to make a pot of tea. While you're waiting for the water, strong arms wrapped around you from behind, and you smile as you inhale the familiar scent. Ryan? Hey, beautiful. It's late. Why are you still here? You turn around in Ryan's arms and smile at him. I could be asking you the same thing. I'm not the one that's pregnant. Be careful not to push yourself too hard, especially not for Mr. W. Don't worry, I'll be careful. You stand on your tippy toes and brush your lips against Ryan's. How's Alice doing? She's fine. Mom's looking after her tonight, so Zoe can have a break. That's good. Alice definitely loves spending time with her grandma. She does. Ryan smiles down at you, then his brow furrows. How are you holding up? I know the situation isn't easy to deal with. At Ryan's words, all the emotions you've been bottling up threaten to spill out. Ugh, I have been doing my best to hold it together, but I feel like I'm hanging in there by a string. Now that I'm finally in Ryan's arms, all I want to do is bury my head in his chest and let everything out, hold back my sobs of frustration. It's never a bad thing to just cry out your frustration and just get it all out because you holding it in, it's just going to make it worse. So I would understand if you do. So we're going to say she wants to bury her head in his chest and just cry. You wrap your arms around Ryan's waist as you rest your head on his chest, your body shaking with silent sobs. It's okay to be okay. It's going to be okay, Jasmine. I've already started the investigation. So far, I haven't seen anything unusual on the office CCTV footage. I've also heard someone I've also hired someone to look into the architect website where your draft was posted. They're trying to trace where the anonymous submission came from. Hopefully, you can find something soon. So if Jasmine worked on this project for 5 months and she just now got it to him, but the person posted it a month ago, they must have got it beforehand and posted it before she can even hand it in. You gaze your you gaze straight to the bottle of wine on the table and you let out a groan. No wine, Jasmine. You're pregnant with twins. What's wrong? I could just really use a drink right now, but I can't. Ryan chuckles softly as he cups your cheek in his palm. I know something else that helps with frustration. It better not be nothing negative, Ryan, okay? That's not the time for this, okay? Maybe some other time when you guys are alone and no one is reading your story. Ryan moves his hand to cup the back of your neck, then pulls you in for a heated kiss. Feeling less frustrated yet? Yes, we are. Because if we say that we're not that we are feeling if we say that we're not feeling less frustrated, he might try to go further. Actually, I'm feeling even more frustrated. Really, Jasmine? Really? I want more. I want something different. Someone's playing hard. You play with Ryan's tie, looking at him seductively. We're not doing this, guys. On your own time, please. I want you to tie me up and make me a screamer. And of course, we would have enough gems for that, but we're not going to do that because we can't get too nasty on this channel, okay? So we're just going to let him go back to work. You guys can have fun later when no one's watching. As much as I want that, I really need to get back to work. Yeah, less than a week, Jasmine. You don't have no time for that stuff. I understand. I hope you are better now. I certainly do. 3 days later. I can't believe we still haven't found out who leaked my design. Whoever whoever anonymous is, they're very careful. Colin hesitates for a moment, then lets out a sigh. I was debating telling you this, but I heard something from one of my friends at an architect magazine. Someone leaked the story, and there are rumors flying that Wilson Architect is a copycat. What? That's so unfair. You know what rumors are like, Jasmine. Colin reaches out and places his hand on top of yours. Well, if anyone can solve this problem, it's you, Jasmine. Now, it's getting late. You should go home and get some rest. I still have so much work to do. You'll do a better job if you're well rested. And Colin is right. Go to sleep. You hesitate and have to admit he has a point. You listen to Colin's words and get back home. When you enter your house, you're surprised that the living room is dark. Mm-hmm. This is weird. Hello? Ryan? Alice? Where's everyone? Suddenly you hear giggling, then a soft voice starts singing. Happy birthday to you. You flick the light switch on to reveal Ryan and Alice grinning as they stand under a huge banner. Jasmine, did you forget about your birthday? How could you? Mommy and beloved wife, happy birthday. Because of all the drama, I'd actually forgotten it was my birthday. No wonder Colin was trying to get me to go home. Oh, because your best friend remembers your birthday, but you couldn't remember your own birthday?
Happy birthday, Mommy!
Alice runs over and throws her arms around you. Thank you, sweetheart. You bend down to hug your daughter back, then look up as Ryan walks over with a big smile on his face. Ryan, how did you get home so fast anyway? Weren't you just talking to Jasmine at the office? Weird. Please don't tell me you forgot. You blush as you nod.
I thought we were never going to have cake.
Cake? I know it's late, but she's been waiting all night for you. She refused to go to sleep until you came back to celebrate. Not not long. Not long. Alice runs back with a proud smile on her face as
Daddy and I made this together. You need to try it.
you look down at the slice of cake on the plate your daughter's holding, then look over at her excited face. She's so excited. So just spare her this one time. They've been waiting for me and supporting me. I will definitely celebrate your birthday with your family. So we're using all of our gems for that. And I'm glad I have gems because it would break my heart if Jasmine couldn't celebrate her birthday with her beloved husband and her baby girl. You bend down and take the slice of cake from your daughter. This looks delicious.
I wrote the letters on it all by myself. It says happy birthday, Mommy. I've been practicing a lot and Zoe helped me.
Well, it looks beautiful, sweetheart. I can't wait to try it. Alice hands you a fork.
Try it now, Mommy. I want to know what you think.
You take a bite of cake while your daughter looks at you in anticipation. This is delicious. You did a great job.
Daddy helped.
I was really just your assistant. You did most of the work. Alice giggles as Ryan scoops her up in his arms. We sort of skipped the whole cake cutting bit, but you should still make a wish. You're right. I'll make a wish before I take another bite. You close your eyes and think for a moment. I'll wish that my love with Ryan will last forever, to solve the copycat issue straight away, that my twins and daughter will be happy and healthy forever. You gave me two choices that she would love to pick, which is Ryan and her lasting forever and her daughters growing up healthy and strong. But if we had to pick one, her kids are more important than anything. So we're going to pick the last choice. At the end of the day, that's the most important thing. And it is. Your kids come first.
What did you wish for, Mommy?
She can't tell you, or else it's not going to come true, Alice. I can't tell you that, or it won't come true. I just said that.
the drafts again.
Good job, baby girl. Did I know about the draft part? Maybe Jasmine did, but I didn't. You laugh as you affectionately rub Alice's head. Good. That's a promise I hope you keep.
I just wanted to practice my writing. But Zoe said that I shouldn't practice on your work.
Zoe is right. Ryan smiles down at Alice, still snuggling in his arms. Then he leans forward and gently captures your lips with his. Happy birthday, Jasmine. I hope you're enjoying your little party. You grin at Ryan and Alice, then you wrap your arms around both of them. I am. Thank you both for brightening my day. Later that night, you lie in bed beside Ryan, tossing and turning. Can't sleep, Jasmine? I just said that, Ryan. Stop copying me. No, there's so much on my mind. It feels like I missed something important. You sit up and reach for your iPad. What are you doing? You know when you feel like you're missing something, but you just can't quite figure out what it is? You grab your iPad and start checking over the designs on your architecture website. There are definitely these are definitely my designs, but they're a little different from the published version. They actually look more like my drafts. It's funny. Whoever leaked these clearly had them for a while since they were uploaded over a month ago. But somehow, Mr. W only found out about it just after the design was completely approved. Exactly. It was clearly a setup. I wonder how he found out. You lean a little closer to the iPad as you study the drawings. I think Jasmine is catching on to something. Maybe she might find out who it is, but she's definitely seeing something. That's strange. There are some weird faded lines on these designs. They kind of look like squiggles, but I'm getting that weird feeling again, like I'm missing something obvious. Ryan looks over your shoulder and furrows his brow. It's probably nothing. I can barely see the lines. Hmm, you're probably right. Ryan, don't corrupt her mind. She's probably onto something, okay? You're corrupting her. You continue to study design when something suddenly clicks. What is it? Let us know. Oh, I think that I know what those lines are. That these are just meaningless lines. Really? Why y'all make the I just used all my gems for the birthday that my husband and daughter wanted to have for Jasmine. And now I have no gems to convince that what Jasmine is seeing is what she's seeing. You just know how to get a person, don't y'all? I guess we're gonna pick that as meaningless. You sigh as you put your iPad away. That's okay. If we can't prove that the design is stolen, maybe we should just focus on figuring out who stole it. You know, this shouldn't be too hard. You think for a moment as an idea starts to form in your mind. Clearly, the thief is around us, so maybe we can lure him or her out. So, you're assuming that the thief is in your home or at the office? Because your drafts were at home because Alice was drawing on them, and the only person that's home with you guys is Zoe. Like I said, I've never taken my eyes off of Zoe, and I'm still going to be watching her, but she is not 100% trusted. It's now the next day, and Zoe and Alice are watching TV in the living room while you pace around the room, distracted. Is everything okay, mommy? Everything's fine, sweetheart. You give your daughter a strained smile, then took a deep breath. Today is the deadline for the Clifftop Hotel case. Ryan heads into the living room, then furrows his brow as he looks at you. You look really stressed, Jasmine. Ryan walks over to you and gently places his hand on your shoulder. Maybe you shouldn't come in today. It might be best if you don't face what's going on. You narrow your eyes at Ryan as you see him wink at you secretly. Really, Ryan? Is there another reason you don't want me there, Ryan? It must be. Could it be that you don't believe me? Do you actually secretly believe I stole the first design? Of course not. I was just trying to give you some advice. You don't need to be so defensive and aggressive. Listen, I understand where she's coming from. The girl is stressed right now, and you doing what you're doing is just causing her to think things. She's stressed. Stress make you think a lot of things. I'm not being aggressive. I'm just frustrated. You don't seem to be taking me seriously. I am taking you seriously, but I just think it's a good idea for you to stay home today. It's what's best for you and the babies. You can be so dang stubborn sometimes. I think that your stubbornness could hurt our family. What are you trying to say, Ryan? That she's pushing you away? To the nanny? Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Don't push it, Ryan, okay? You stare at Ryan in shock as your body starts to shake in anger. I can't believe you just said that. I'm going to that meeting today, and you can't stop me. You roll around and storm out of the house, your heart racing. I hope that Jasmine's actions, or so-called actions, don't push Ryan to an affair. Because I feel like the part that we're looking for is just coming up so closely. But I might be getting ahead of myself, so again, I'll slow down. You get into your car and you sit down for a moment as you try to clear your head. Ugh, I hate fighting with Ryan. You reach for your phone when you realize you left your bag inside. Now you have to go back inside and face Ryan. Ugh, I can't believe I forgot my bag. Have to go grab it. I hope this is not the part where we find the nanny getting in the shower with Ryan. Because I don't know why it feels like it is. Maybe I'm wrong. Like again, I'm ahead of myself. Let me just read. This is definitely the part. This is definitely the part. So I'm assuming or finding out. You head back inside and walk into the living room. No signs of Ryan or even Zoe. You you stand still for a moment when you hear water coming from the bathroom. This is definitely the part. And we definitely gonna find out if that was Zoe getting in the shower. I don't know why I don't want to keep reading because I don't want to feel like Ryan is doing stuff he has no business. Ryan must be taking his morning shower. You head towards your room when you notice that the door is slightly ajar. Why am I so afraid to press this button? That's strange. You peek into your room and gasp. What the heck? Zoe is standing outside your bathroom door completely naked. It was Zoe. Zoe is that nanny. From underneath the bathroom door, you see a glimpse of Ryan's shadow, telling you he's inside. What's going on? Why is Zoe naked? What is she doing? You watch your eyes wide as Zoe opens the bathroom door and walks right inside. I knew. I knew. I didn't know, but I knew Zoe could not be trusted. And that's probably why that lady thought that Ryan was already with his wife. Ugh. Zoe's about to get her behind whooped. I swear. I'm about to come through. I'm gonna let Jasmine handle it. And of course, they end the story right there. Oh my gosh. I I felt like Zoe was that nanny. I was trying so hard to trust her and that maybe it was a different woman that happened to get inside our house or something. It's Zoe. And to think Jasmine trusted her around her daughter. And you're in the shower. For one, they both have explaining to do. Not just Zoe. Ryan have a lot of explaining to do because you obviously have eyes to see that Zoe is not your wife, for one, getting into the shower with you. Why didn't you tell her to get out? It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna find out. This is the part I was waiting for. Anyway, I'm getting too worked up. We will figure this out next chapter. We are definitely getting. If you enjoyed this chapter today, can you tell how frustrated I am right now? All right. Anyways, if you have enjoyed this chapter today, like this video because it helps my channel out so much. Do not forget to subscribe to the Rare Brief Man because you don't want to be on the bad side, because right now Zoe, and Ryan, you're on my bad side. I don't know about Jasmine, but mine. So become a Rare Breed fam so we can figure this out together. You don't want to miss it. So you have to hit that bell button too so you won't miss it. Cuz we're about to get down and dirty.